it goes back to, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in at noon. We're going to talk about the AFC and NFC South goats,
I totally
and
forgot about that.
the
I gotta write that
thousands are in there. Shameless plug. I put the plug in there. Wolfie, you got a different hat. What you got on, man? What's the hat?
This is my Slytherin hat. It's a Harry Potter hat.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Gotta
Harry
go see Harry Potter.
Potter.
Harry Potter. Oh God, that's good.
Uh,
Everyone likes Harry Potter.
for some reason, people, when they don't know I'm a 49ers fan, they think I'm a green Eagles fan just because my hat's green.
Ah, yeah.
And of course, he makes that shit. What? It's a good shot. It's contested. Valerie in the house.
Is my cousin in there, Val? I got you.
Valerie
on that.
Johnson.
Yeah, Val Johnson, my baby. Love her.
Ooh, oh, what a make it! Yeah, there we go. What a shot!
I love how excited you've gotten towards basketball, man. I got a new fan here, and that is
I got
really
incentives,
awesome.
man. If I'm incented to care about the game, man, then it helps out a lot. Stole! There we go. Steal, not stole. I don't know friggin' English. Cruz out the steal. Stop him! Oh. Really, come over to the dark side. I'm good, man. I'm not pro Empire. I'm not pro Empire. Ooh.
Yeah, man. The other night I went to a brawl and a hockey game broke out. The Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. Man, they locked horns at 9 minutes, and bruh, the referees didn't even want to break it up. They're like, "Look, y'all just fight it out. We'll come when you guys get tired." And it was excellent, man. It was excellent. Panthers ran them off the ice, but it was good.
Oh, he obliterated them. Well, it's like that's the thing about hockey, man, especially towards the end in like finals and stuff like that. I knew it was going to happen too. I had a feeling that there was going to be a brawl of some kind. It was boiling. You felt it, and then they're just beating the shit out of each other. It's one of my favorite things about hockey. Even though they're not great fights, you just feel that intensity. You feel
they were uppercutting out there, man. I got some B-roll on Twitter. I'll share tomorrow. I shared Thursday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday I shared. And man, they were like, "Good Lord!" to the average fan, it's like, "Oh man, all we see is football. They'll suspend everybody." But hockey, hey, it's expected.
I need to see the Orioles win, man. I need to see the Orioles win. They need to happen.
I didn't realize it's been about 30 years since the Canadian team won.
Since 1994.
Wow, that's 30. And unfortunately, last time we won a Super Bowl.
Why you got to bring that up? Why you got,
it's just
why'd you have to go there, man?
1994 was so dope, man. It was such a good year. I'm a specialist down at Fort Bragg, and just so much is happening, man. Arnold Palmer, Jordan retires, and the Houston Rockets are tearing up, and it was just a lot happening. Arnold Palmer's about to, play his last Masters or something like that, or his U.S. Open. It's just a good sports time.
Yeah. You have to get two flagrants, right? Two flagrants to get knocked out.
Not unsportsmanlike, but I think you might be right. Flagrants to get ejected.
Okay. So I thought it was something like
But
that.
he should be cool though. It didn't look like he was really flagrant about it, and then Caruso puts a little bit of the sauce on there to be, oh, look at this, look how bad it is,
I
try to
mean,
get him out of the game.
Strawberry's right. It looked like he tried to go for a nut tap, like midair.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
As he was like,
There was definitely package touched. It was package touched there. You're right. You're right. I saw it on the replay here. It was some package touching. It was some Amazon package touching.
all right, here we go, baby. Clutch time. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left in the game, and he makes it. All right, so we're up six. Up six. Come on, Pacers. Come on, Pacers. You need a clutch, man. Clutch up.
Red just said, "Why I got to bring up
Ollie
old
Vanton.
shit?" Oh, sorry, Val. Let me know when y'all talk about movies. I will, Val. In the next commercial break, I will talk about movies because my cousin Val recommended, and let me put it in the chat.
Two straight turnovers, dude. Come on, Pacers. Come on, Pacers. Come on, Pacers. Miss it. Blocked. Block. Let's go, baby. Under 2 minutes left. Up 6 points, man. You just need to score 3 here, dude. It's over. I think if you score 3 more points, man, it's a dagger. 3 or 4 points, it's a dagger.
Yeah, they got a D up. They're picking it up at 94 feet, and they're doing a he got away with a little bit of movement.
No! You need to. God, that was the dagger. You let it slip.
Coming off.
That was the dagger. You let it slip, dude. SGA trying to take a shot. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. He takes a shot. Misses. There you go. Come on. Let's go score. Let's go score. There you go, baby. Up 8.
Great inside move, Siakam. What can you say about I did captain now? I did captain now. 80 seconds left. You're right, Red Jet Shell. You did your math.
Oh my God. Oh my God. 1 minute, 10 seconds left, man. Just cannot. They just can't screw it up. That's what Juan is right.
Yeah.
You
just got whole serve. Don't give up anything stupid. Don't foul on a 3-pointer or something dumb like that. Just play good ball. Play good ball. Contest. Play good ball.
Red Jet, what kind of vibes are this? What kind of vibes is this? What kind of vibes is that? Why are we saying stuff like that?
Siakam is due. Okay, say we'll split this series Friday.
Why are we saying that? Come on. Why are we throwing out vibes like that? Why are we throwing out juju like that?
Red Jet like Shea Butter. Shea Gilgis Alexander. They call him Shea Butter. The ladies like Shea Butter, man. Shea Butter's better than cocoa butter, tell you the truth. It is what it is. Look at that Dunkin' Donuts meal. Oh man, I gotta hit that up.
So I'm guessing Turner is just good at defense. That's his thing. So
that's his main forte. But as an NBA player, you need to be able to, hit the
some of the shots,
the freebies down bottom and layups. But that's why they got him. I know you were questioning him about I don't know 5 minutes ago, but
he was so bad in offense.
And he's huge.
Wow.
Pause.
Let's freaking go. This is crazy juice. We just got 1 minute left. Up 8 points. It's all within your control, man. I think if they score one more time, it's over for sure. He would make that.
All right. 5 cuts the lead to 7. 1 minute left. Plenty of time. Plenty of time for a really, really good game. They make substitution. Look at the great Scott Van Pelt, man. He wasn't all that in college. He played at the University of Maryland. Back in the day with a cat named Len Bias. I'll talk about him a little later on. Len Bias. Remember the name, Len Bias.
There we go, baby. Up 7.
Up 7.
Kill clock, man. Just kill some clock.
Kill clock. Oh, coming off. Tag you with short.
Whoa, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down. You don't need to do anything crazy.
"38 seconds.
A foul? Guys, don't choke this. Please don't, man.
They want to go upstairs and take a look at it. They want a challenge. See if you win your challenge. SGA, you bum. So how did you miss that?
Why is... Yeah, I agree. Halliburton's doing too much, bro. Stop complaining. You're 35 seconds. If you don't get the call, you don't get the call, man. Complain later.
There's a chance.
There we go. You missed, you
five.
Bitch.
Oh, Lord. You got to hit your free throws, man. You got to hit those free throws down the stretch. That kills you.
Moose! You got lucky with that shot, dude. All right.
That was the one that killed him. That was the one that killed him. They're going to need that. They're going to need that. They're going to need that one. That you absolutely got to hit them down the stretch.
One, SGA, you bum. How did you miss that? Oh, there's SGA. I think it was someone else at the foul spot, right? Jesus, dude. Are they going to make the end of this game super boring?
This is the time when you stretch it out a little bit, man. You get fouls. You try to stop it. You put different people on the line. This is part of the strategy of winning or of basketball at the end.
Bronx with the super chat. Let's go, baby. $2.
Hey,
ding, 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 ding,
Brooks.
ding, ding.
Brooks, what's up, babe? Pacers better win. They better win.
Better win, dude.
She ain't playing.
Better
she got her dog
win.
on the avatar there. You better win. It's gonna be over now.
Appreciate
got
you.
Pacers at the line.
Bro, appreciate you.
Benedict Mathurin.
All right, here we go. 8 minutes left. Missed the 3.
Oh, rebound. Launches. Good move.
I hate the end of
Got to get
basketball.
Tarrerdome monetized too. Yeah, give me monetized too, Red Jet. Red Jet's so killer, man. That's my girl.
Have you been checking your time and stuff?
Yeah. I'm just putting it out as I like it to grow slow. I like to have my autonomy for a little while too. No commercials. I'm not beholden to nobody. But Man, they missing. Oh, they missing these free throws down the. No, you can't. They ain't gonna win. OKC's done.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, yeah. You can't win missing free throws down the stretch. You can't do it. You can't do it,
It
man.
would be like 114 to 112 right now.
Let me
Something
go ahead
like
and get
that.
my stats ready because you just can't do that. You just can't do that. 114.
That's the dagger. It's over.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, baby. Pacers get the dub. They're gonna win They're gonna win it all. They're gonna win in five. They're gonna
You
win in
already calling it? They gonna win it.
five. I said it before the series started. I said Pacers in five.
Paces in five.
Pacers in five,
Be
baby.
alive in a beehive. Paces in five.
Pacers in five, baby. It was not looking too good at the beginning. Then all of a sudden, they got their shit together, made a few mistakes, stuff like that. But I thought that was a pretty good game.
Yeah,
Uh,
before I jumped on, I saw, the game in the lead up, and you seem a little frustrated, but obviously things settled down.
yeah. Well, when he jumped in, they just did like the stupidest turnover where it's like you just need to stop and slow down and like okay, just control the ball. You don't need to run and then just make some crazy play while you're running. It's just like just stop. Once you get to the line, stop. There's nobody around you. You didn't have to do all that crazy stuff. So, uh, yeah, that was a good game. That was actually a really good game, actually. And Pacers came away with it at the end there. So that was nice. Pacers in five, baby. Pacers in five.
Paces in
Pacers.
five.
So how was your debate? Your thingy, my bub.
It wasn't so much a debate as it was just voicing your opinion. We talked about training camp. We talked about who's really shining and who's not. Some of the points of concern. Um, we didn't get into what I thought we would get into. Would be the whether we get Jalen Ramsey or we go after Asante, not Asante, Jair Alexander. Uh, I'm on the side. I pulled over to the side of the great Jalen Ramsey because as a team we need incredible safety help, and Jalen Ramsey offers you just that. Um, Amazing athlete, man. He was a track athlete at Florida State. He can play. He's a great form tackler. If we kick him in over the safety, which we need really, really bad, this becomes very, very formidable. I like that. I like that. I know.
You mean move Jalen Ramsey to safety? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. I've been seeing
He
that
doesn't
for.
tackle though.
I've been seeing that for 6 or 7 years. Jalen Ramsey is an excellent form tackler. He's an excellent. He's a one of the best tacklers in the business. He's not a major big hitter. He's not super duper aggressive, but when he makes tackles, look how he goes eyes to thighs and squeeze the knees. He's a really good form tackler, and he knows offensive sets and he can direct as far as defensive sets. He'd be an amazing safety. Amazing safety.
I don't think
He's
he's
one
that
of the
tackler,
few
man.
people in NFL that can do it.
I don't know, dude.
I do.
I don't
I
I
do.
don't like that move. I would not agree.
Jalen Ramsey would be an excellent. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but he's got all the traits of a really good safety. I go as far as to say Jalen Ramsey will be a Pro Bowl safety.
That I'm actually relatively speechless at that. That's crazy. I don't know. I
I know you
strongly
can't see it
that.
because did you ever play defensive back in high school or college?
Yeah, I played defensive back in high school.
Your best tackler needs to be your free safety. For us, he was an incredible athlete. God rest his soul, Carlos McNeil. Carlos McNeil was an even 6'3", could pitch on the mound, could score for 24. and he wasn't the hitter. The hitter on the team was either myself, Leon, Ken Jones, or somebody else. It's not about being a hitter. It's about being a really good form tackler. And he was that, and he understood. He played quarterback too. He was just an amazing athlete, and he could understand the mind of a quarterback and make his breaks like a center fielder. He, they make really, really, really good safeties. Ronnie Lott made that transition. So did Rod Woodson.
Oh,
They go
okay.
from
Yeah, I
corner.
know that, but those guys actually tackled.
Jalen Ramsey makes a lot of
According to
I don't
Steve
know where
Rhodes,
this
he had
this
20%.
narrative comes from where he doesn't make tackles. Jalen Ramsey makes a lot of tackles.
Smith Trailer has a missed tackle rate of 20%. That's why Billy didn't get drafted. I mean, if you have a 20 missed tackle rate, that's pretty bad. That's not good. I don't recall ever like Jalen Ramsey actually being a good tackler. And Ronnie Lott and Charles Woodson were unique in their own ways, man. That's
Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey has 534 tackles in 9 years. That's roughly 67 a year as a cornerback. He has 54 per year as a cornerback in the average on 17 games with 432 solos and 102 assists. Jalen Ramsey is a very efficient, good tackler, not a hitter, but a good tackler. It's a subtle difference. It's a subtle difference.
What's the percentage though? If you tell me like he was under 10%, I'd be like, all right, yeah, I guess he could do it.
Jalen Ramsey has made either All Pro or Pro Bowl 7 years out of his
but as a
three
corner,
out of his 10 years.
that's
Jalen Ramsey is it's just different, Wolfie. You're gonna have to you just gonna have to go, and you might not, but for everybody else who's listening, it makes a difference if you're a good form tackler as a safety. Jalen Ramsey has shown me that as an athlete, he can make this crossover and be very, very effective as a safety. Jalen Ramsey is a wonderful athlete at Florida State. I think he ran 110 hurdles. I think he was he might have been an alternate in possibly the Olympics. He's really, really good. I know it's going to be a lot of hangups, and it was for Richard Sherman as well. They were like, I don't like Richard Sherman. Why is he coming to the 49ers? Just trust me. Some of these guys can really play, and you want their prerequisite skills in the defensive backfield of the San Francisco 49ers.
He had a 19.4% missed tackle rate last year in 2024.
As a cornerback. But
you're also giving him credit for his tackles, though, as a corner.
Yes, because it's different. A cornerback making tackles is different than a safety making tackles. When you make him a safety, it's just different. It's like if you have a drop pass ratio of 20 per se, let's say that's bad. I haven't looked at it, the total stats. As a receiver, that is horrible. Okay. But if you're a running back, that ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. And it's different for a corner when you're coming off the corner trying to make tackles. It's different than seeing things up front and knowing that that's your job and coming after it and doing it. It's different.
Would you also even let's say he's a good tackler. Let's say that you would pay $28 million for the guy?
That's the price point. We're gonna have to say, what do you want as a price point? Because we're bringing you in as a safety. You're not the shutdown corner you were. That's the price point. That's the rub. Bringing him as a safety for maybe 14 million is different than bringing him in as a shutdown corner for 28. You pay for the shutdown corner. Well, you don't pay top price for a first year safety. You know what I'm saying? And it might all be for naught. He'll probably go somewhere else, and you'll see. Damn, Jalen Ramsey can play safety like a mug. Because they paid, but he'll be on a sorry team. But you like, how he make the Pro Bowl? Because a
So,
good safety who's going to pay him really will prevail.
but then he would have, and he wouldn't do this. He would actually have to want to agree to a massive pay cut, and he wouldn't do that.
He might not, but he
20,
may, because
here's
he
what
really wants to get
million.
he really wants to get out of Miami, and he really wants to win. And you never know. Nobody thought that Randy Moss would leave that comfort of money with the Los Angeles. I think they were Los Angeles, Oakland, maybe the Raiders, and come to New England. But Bill Belichick said, "Look, come to New England. We're gonna go to the Super Bowl, but I need you to come at this price." He said, "Man, just get me out of the Raiders." When someone is disgruntled, what's called disgruntled, it's called a sore spot of discontentment, and they may make a move based on, I just want to get out of there, and I want to be with a winner. But you're right. If he's just out for the dollar, I want to get paid. No, we ain't got a chance. But
Yeah,
but if it's I want to add one more Super Bowl and I want to stick it to that team that let me go, you might can pull something off. It's worth going down that path. Just as much as it's worth going down the path of uh Asante Samuel or Jair Alexander, is worth really looking at it.
Tebow told me he can't tackle. I know. I remember that exact play playing in my head where Jalen Ramsey was the last line of defense, and Debo outmaneuvered him, and he missed the tackle. It was pretty bad. I remember that too. But I didn't want to say one moment like that is what one player is. I care about like overall what he was, and I didn't like his tackle rate in 2024. He said as a corner, so then if you can't go by that, then I don't know if you could say he would be a good safety then, or wouldn't be a good safety. Either way, if you're going to say if he was just a corner, so of course his tackle rate was like that, well then I don't know how you could say that he would be a good safety then if you can't apply that, because we don't know if he would be one or not. But I wouldn't be against it. Like if you want to transition to safety and give it a shot, I'm all for it. Like, I'm not trying to sound like, okay, that's stupid, he shouldn't go safety or like that. I'm not saying that. I'm not as high as I've like Richard Sherman, for example. I would be super high on that for him to be a safety, because I could trust him to make those tackles and make those plays. Like Richard Sherman comes off as someone who plays strong safety or free safety. But I mean, but my biggest thing with Jalen Ramsey is that contract is absolutely not worth it. Like that, there is nothing worthy about that contract, and I would never make that trade or even consider it. To be honest with you, it's just not in the cards. I'd rather sign Jair Alexander and put him at corner, or sign Julian Blackmon, like Juan said, and put him at free safety, because he is a natural free safety, and that's what he does.
Okay.
It's just too much money. But
Okay. Do this. I've just put something on to share. Go ahead and look at this.
All right.
I don't know who started this whole narrative, but check it out.
All right. Yeah. All right. Before presenting a screen. Oh, okay.
That's Jalen Ramsey.
Well, I've seen him tackle. but
no,
he's
no,
smart.
no. I just want to give this misnomer real. Let's just let this play a little bit, and you'll see kind of what I'm talking about. See how he cups under the knee, gets to run it to the ground.
Well, if that was a
Wide
given,
wrap up and gets him down.
that was
Hold on. Just keep playing it. That's all I say. Just keep playing it. Just keep playing for a little bit. He's sticking his face in the fan. All right. This is now Debo Samuels is one of the most physical guys there is. And Jalen took a shot on him there, and he's talking junk and everything. But how in shape is Debo? I'm just saying. Look how physical Jalen Ramsey is on that one. And letting them know about it. Keep going a little bit. Hold on. You see how those guys almost flip? He gets them off of their feet. And these are some of the best. This is a 6'5", 225, 230-pound guy. Look how Jalen Ramsey gets under him and flips him. Upends him, and he's on his back. That is Mike Evans. That probably is a future Hall of Famer. This kid's got what you need in terms of getting down, in terms of
how old was he when he did
he
that,
can
though?
do. I ain't got nothing to do with how old. These are the things I see. This is y'all say, oh, he can't tackle.
Well,
I've
but
seen
those
Deion
are
Sanders get
selective
there. Everybody will
highlights.
say Deion Sanders can't hit.
I could
But
find
I've seen Deion Sanders get down and make tackles, good form tackles. Deion Sanders can do this as well.
Oh, no. See, that's the problem there. Deion Sanders would tell you that he wasn't a tackler.
He
would tell you that he wasn't a tackler.
No,
And he wasn't known for his tackling.
He wasn't known for his tackling, but he's the best corner ever to play the game, Wolfie, and he has the ability to make good form tackles. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
I could find selective highlights of a lot of quarterbacks and say, okay, well, look at that throw. He's an elite quarterback. You could do the same thing with Jalen Ramsey.
Okay.
What is his consistent tackle percentage?
Do this. When you do that, make sure you go to Jalen Ramsey on profootballreference.com and see that all Pro Bowl. And if you can say the same thing about whoever you selectively make,
Aaron Donald is a 10-time All-Pro, whatever Pro Bowler he is.
And Aaron Donald one of the best defensive players ever to play this game.
Doesn't mean he can play corner. So I'm just saying it doesn't matter if you're an All-Pro.
He was a Pro Bowler at defensive tackle. That means he can play defensive tackle. This guy.
But you're saying, you're using Pro Bowl as a reference, and I'm saying you could be a Pro Bowl for a lot of things. Doesn't mean you could do one thing.
I ain't saying that the dude a kicker and he made the Pro Bowl as a kicker. These are the prerequisite skills as a cornerback there, Wolfie. As a cornerback making the transition from corner to safety, what are you going to have to do? Give me some of the prerequisite skills of a cornerback and a safety that are similar. Aren't you going to have to cover?
Well, I'm not saying you can't cover.
Aren't you going to have to make some tackles?
Tackling is the number one thing. It's literally the name of safety. It's the number one thing. It's safety.
As a free safety, you're going to have to cover some space, aren't you?
You're going to cover space and you have to tackle.
And he's made tackles time and time again with good form, Wolfie, with excellent form. As a cornerback, you don't really want to do that. Don't nobody really want, hey, I ain't really trying to do all that. But this guy can do that. He can do that.
It's up to Jalen Ramsey at his age if he's comfortable with making those kinds of plays where, okay, we're asking you as free safety at your age, we need you to be that guy that you say he is at that age and willing to do it. Not a lot of corners actually want to go out there and beat up their own
Wolfie,
body at that age. And I'm not going to say
I can't talk you into it. I know you are where you are, and I don't try to talk you into it. I'm just saying with the experience that I know, there are some corners that can make this transition, and they're usually good form tacklers. I have shown you instances where Jalen Ramsey has made good, solid form tackles. He is an excellent coverer. He is an excellent athlete. He is really, really good. Will he come to play for the San Francisco 49ers? That remains to be seen. You got to work out a deal and stuff like that. But if you're asking me, man, if we line up week 1 with Jalen Ramsey at free safety, we got something special. We got something special. That's what
I would
I
say
would really like to see that.
the only concern that I would have is just that tackling thing. I'm not concerned with his coverage ability. Like if he can move to safety, free safety, he still has that free safety speed to go sideline to sideline. Wouldn't be an elite sideline to sideline speed for sure. I wouldn't say that, but it would be still pretty darn good. And I would love his coverage ability. I think he does have that instinct. He could read a play and things like, especially if you were to face it constantly and read it all the time and have to go sideline to sideline. That I trust him with that ability, right? For sure, I would. But my concerns aren't your concerns, which that's where you stand. Is the tackling thing. You trust him. I don't. But my thing that I feel like we should both agree on is that I should, but I feel like we do agree on is that price tag is
the price tag
way too high. He would have to bring that down.
If he want 40-50 million, we just simply can't do it. But man, if you can get him on an effective price tag and over, let me see, looking at his average 17 games, combo tackles, 6+ interceptions. Every year he gives you a tackle for losses is a 3 and interceptions 3. If you can get him here at 3, 3, and 6, you can get him here for 12 million. You got a deal.
12, yeah.
If you can get him for 12, you got him.
That would be a dream, man. I would do that. At 12 million for sure. I would do that.
You got you a free safety. It's probably better than Sigel, 5th rounder, Pinnock. Mustafa's not going to be here.
Too. That's a good.
What's that, buddy?
That's a good depth corner right there.
Oh yeah,
$12 million. I'd pay $12 million.
If you can get him for 12, you got you a deal.
It'd be our third corner. You just want, but with Robert Saleh's scheme and stuff like that, I would expect his tackles for loss to go up because he likes to do stunts and stuff like that, even with his free safeties, weird disguises and stuff like that. So I would expect he would want Jalen Ramsey to come down and in the box sometimes and really kind of attack it, gaps.
Well, for you, and that's the difference for your free. Your free is going to be it. We learned it at 12 yards back. That free's got to be 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. He's the last line of defense. You're the last one. All right. But that strong will come up. That strong will play what's called robber coverage. That robber will come down and he'll be in the box, particularly on 2 tight end sets and motion sets tight to the formation and stuff like that. That strong will come down. And the 49ers traditionally for the last 3-4 years have gone after strong after strong after strong. You need a free. We are certainly who is my number one
with his safeties where he has a free safety come down. And then
who was my number one pick? Think about the draft. We started kicking it around the draft. Who did I want more than anybody else?
Billy Bowman. I'm just kidding. Makuba, of course, yeah.
Makuba, because he's a free safety. He's not big. He's not huge. He's not lumbering. He's not the traditional strong safety. We got Mufasa for that, who's injured. We've had Hufunga for that, who made the all pro. We've got you can get a ton of strong safeties. Think of a strong safety like um there was one that was in Seattle. He went to the Jets. He was in the Jets. He came back. Abrams, right? Was his name
Uh,
Abrams?
I know what you're talking about. No, it's Adams. Come on, Adams.
Adams, maybe Adams. Okay.
He went to
What was
Seattle.
his big Adams' big deficiency was what? Covering people,
Coverage.
right?
Yeah, he was coverage. He couldn't do free safety.
That's a
Strong safety.
strong guy. That's a strong safety.
Well, Jimmy
He's a
Ward's a free safety, and he played down in the box a couple times.
he's a undersized linebacker. That's basically what a strong is. I played Rover and well, they asked me to play Rover. I didn't want to play it, but in college, but it's it's a linebacker who's a little undersized. A free safety has got to be an oversized cornerback. That's what you're asking for.
Depends on the
That
scheme, though.
that's
Really,
what you need. He's
scheme.
an
Charge your scheme.
oversized cornerback. You don't want him going one on one. You want him covering the field is 53 and a third wide. You put him in half coverage. That's 26.2 on this side to that side, and you want him to be able to cover space. And if they go man to man, you want him covering the number three receiver, who's probably a quick guy, probably a Julian Edelman type, a Jawan Jennings type,
That's gonna be
a little quickie.
Papa J's right. That's gonna be Stout. Stout's gonna do that. He's gonna be a
Stout's
nickel.
gonna play nickel. Yeah, that's your nickel guy. But as far as a safety, you want that safety covering a free safety covering a corner or a running back. Your strong will cover
Yeah,
a lumbering Kittle, a lumbering Kelsey. The strong safety has a different role than a free. And Jalen Ramsey could slide into free really, really good. I think he could transition excellent. And given his knowledge and given his experience, he would truly understand and get into the mind of a lot of quarterbacks because you can. The greatest example is this is the great Ed Reed. Ed Reed could get inside the mind of a Peyton Manning or get inside the mind of a Tom Brady. There, that it's the chess match going between
yeah,
those two all game. We don't have a true free safety, rangy who can get from 53 and a third in the middle to 26.2 getting to the outside. And Jalen Ramsey could really be that. He could be that. But it probably won't happen. If Jalen Ramsey say, man, I want 28 million, no. I want 20 million, no. You here to be a free safety. We will give you what would I say? 6 plus 6. We'll
you should
give you
go.
12 on the cap of it, 14. If he accepts 14, great. If not, I'm sorry, Jalen. Go ahead, go
That's not.
somewhere else, man.
I would be that would be the shocker of a century if honest to me if he were to pull that if he were to do that. I agree with Steve-O here. He would not do that. I do not think that I don't think he would do that. Like on his end, I don't think he would want to even try to play that position. Uh, but if he did, like I don't think he would want to take the less money. He does not seem like that type of player. He's made about money all the time, and the reason why they paid him a lot of money last time, a year ago, was because he was like, I want more money. So like he
Yeah,
made in his old age, he made it about money. So it's kind of like it's not like he grew out of that, and was like, hey, let me do this. He's already won a championship. So like I know the Randy Moss example, like he did have that ego a little bit, but Randy Moss never won a championship and wanted one. Ramsey's already gotten that taste already. So now he's probably like, I want the money and all of that more so. I just wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't mind the experiment. I wouldn't be against the experiment for sure. If he were to take the cut and he'd be willing to play free safety and all that, I would
The,
not be against the experiment
the
whatsoever.
things and priorities change the older you get. The man you are at 36 is not going to be the man you are at 46. And if it is, you have wasted 10 years. You what I was chasing after at 36 years old, I had 4 jobs at 36 years old. At 46, I'm not doing that no more. I want peace. I want tranquility. I want to kick it with my grandkids. It can change as you get older. It
Yeah,
changes as you get older and as you develop into a player. It changes.
Jalen
And
Ramsey hasn't
I'm just
changed
hoping on that if he's still the same,
because this is a
I'm
year ago.
chasing the dollar guy. Well, they can use him in Arizona. They can use him in
Chiefs could use him, Bills could
what's
use him,
another sorry
Bengals,
team
Ravens could use him,
that you know at the beginning of the year, you know
Bengals
they
use him.
don't stand a chance. New England, he can go to New England and get a buck. But when it hits you to say, I'm gonna go back to them LA Rams and I'm gonna let them know y'all made a mistake, dude. Y'all could have gave me that big money. And I give you this opportunity and give you $1 million bump, $2 million bump. It can change. It can change. It can change. Particularly when this is your third or fourth contract.
Well, I mean, like Trent Williams, like fourth or fifth contract, he still wanted to be highest paid tackle and all that shit ton of money too as well. That's why he held out last year. So they didn't change
Yeah,
for him.
that's Trent, but very few of us are Trent is going to walk into the Hall of Fame. But Jalen Ramsey probably will walk into the Hall of Fame. I'm looking at his numbers here; they're very comparable.
Like he's a great player and had he played phenomenal. But like, is he Hall? I guess that's another kind of subject we talk about here for a second. Is like, is he a Hall of Fame? I don't know. Like, it could just because I'm getting older and life just kind of becomes like a blur. But
Yeah,
like, it just seems like a blur to me, his career, where I don't feel like it impacted me as a Hall of Fame career. I guess he did win a Super Bowl. He was
three.
really phenomenal with Jacksonville.
He's got
Played
three,
all right for
three,
him.
three All Pros. Uh, Defensive Rookie of the Year. He came in second for that. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Pro Bowls since 2016. He's got 24 interceptions. He's got a ton of tackles, 534 total
Only
tackles.
24? I actually thought you would have more than that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually thought you had more. 24
Well,
does not
well,
much.
well I mean,
I,
Wolfie, after you get past five,
that sounds a
Wolfie,
little low.
after you get past 5 Pro Bowls
Oh, I'm
and the
not. I'm not saying
and
what
the
you're saying
Super
before the All
Bowl,
Pros and the Pro Bowls weren't legit.
that's
I'm just saying
really
24
really
sounds low.
good, man. That's the National Football League. Uh, give me a name who you think is worthy as a cornerback of the
Oh,
Pro Football Hall of Fame. Give me a Hall of Famer and let me dig his stuff up and we'll take a look at it.
before I answer that though, I want to reiterate this. I'm not saying like, oh, it's just 24, so you know what, he doesn't qualify. Just saying, I'm just literally just saying that 24 sounds low for him. I actually thought that was higher. 24 just sounds really low. I thought it was like 30 plus. That's 24 out of the 9-year, 10-year career that he had. It's like I expected more out of that. That's like
Okay.
that's like 2 or 3 picks a year. I was expecting like 4 or 5. But I would say, I guess this is kind of a cheat, but Aaron Donald, Aaron Donald's all
I'm saying as a cornerback with
as a corner.
wow.
Okay.
All right, I pulled up Darrell Green. Darrell Green, would you agree?
I was
Darrell
like Joe
Green was a great
Lewis,
corner. He's a Hall of Famer. Darrell Green, right?
Gerald Green. Patrick Sertan's all the
No,
way.
he
He was
he
Defensive
played for
Player
a
of the Year.
lot of years.
Stephon Gilmore. There you go.
Stephon Gilmore. All right.
There you go. That's when he's still playing. Why you look up his restroom quick?
All right, go ahead. Hey, everybody. Y'all in the chat? Let me holler at y'all people. Chat, what up? Is Val still in here? Hey, Val B.
Yeah, Stephon Gilmore, I would say Hall of Fame worthy.
All right. Let me shout out my cousin Val. All right. Stephon Gilmore right now. Stephon Gilmore came into the league 2012. So he's got 4 more years on Jalen Ramsey. Stephon Gilmore has 32 interceptions. 32. Jalen Ramsey with 24 and 4 less years is pretty much on par with it. Stephon Gilmore has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pro Bowls, while Jalen Ramsey already has, what did I say, 6, 7?
I think it's 7. He has 7.
Stephon Gilmore has 2 All-Pros. Jalen Ramsey has 2. Stephon Gilmore was Defensive Player of the Year in 2019. Jalen Ramsey came in second in 2012. 20. I don't know whose stats is that. I got John Elway stats. Oh, that's Darryl Green. I'm sorry. Jalen Ramsey came in second in his defensive player. I'm sorry. No. Scratch that. Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's never been Defensive Player of the Year, but he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Pro Bowls and 3 All-Pros first team with 4 less years at 24.
So Jalen Ramsey has 3. You're saying Jalen Ramsey has 3 All-Pros. Stephon Gilmore has 2 All-Pros.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But he has
Ramsey
1,
has
2,
7.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 already Pro Bowls and 2 votes for he came in second as Defensive Rookie of the Year. Stephon Gilmore never did that. And he has comparatively 24 interceptions compared to Stephon Gilmore's 32.
I would give it, that's pretty good. I would say that's probably Hall of Fame worthy then. The interception, though, is a little low for me, but still, I still think that's the rate you're talking about is about right.
Well, it's low right now, but you got to give him 4 more years to catch up with Stephon Gilmore, who has 32.
I think Ramsey's on the back end of his career, man. I don't think he's gonna make it another 4 years. I don't think he's gonna be here for the 4 years. If he does, he would have to transfer to safety, probably. But I don't think he's as much going to be a corner anymore. He doesn't have it
6
as much as he did before. But I like what Steve-O said here. Steve-O says most of those interceptions from Ramsey were from Jimmy G, though.
Hey, however you got to get them, I get what you're saying, Steve-O. He probably did throw them, but they count. They count nonetheless. they count on the stat book. And,
and also I thought Hall of Famer. I guess I agree with that.
Yeah, he's been really, really, really good. I know we don't like him. And again, I got to get out of my feelings. We got to get out of our feelings when we talk about a player. We just got to look at raw numbers. We got to look at raw numbers. and we got to look at the production that a person has put down.
Well, when you're
And
a three-time All Pro, seven-time Pro Bowler, I think that's a resume for a Hall of Famer too. That's pretty damn good.
it is,
So for sure,
it
I
is,
yeah.
and Jalen Ramsey's been that's Darryl Green. I'm sorry,
The thing is,
Darryl.
would he retire a Ram or would he retire a Jacksonville Jaguar? That matters because Jaguars, I don't even think they have one Hall of Famer. I think it's the lineman.
Baselli. It's a cat named Baselli.
Yeah,
And they're deserving of two. I think he's on the Pivot podcast. Dang, it was a running back. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I hope don't y'all clip this up. Please don't y'all show this. But he was Fred Taylor. Fred Taylor played for Jacksonville. And I really like Fred. He was worthy of being in the Hall of Fame years ago. But that ain't how the Hall of Fame work. I was looking at
Fred Taylor's in the Hall of Fame,
something.
is it? He's not in the Hall of Fame, is he?
No, Fred Warner's not in.
No, Fred Taylor. You said
Fred Taylor. Fred Taylor's not in. Fred Taylor.
Yeah,
I was looking at something to show how they get the nomination and how they go from nomination to vote to being a Hall of Famer. And a lot of it depends on the media and the beat writers who go into the meeting and make the argument for their guy. And it just don't work like it's supposed to. If you don't have a good beat writer or somebody who's got weight and influence, you probably won't get into the Hall of Fame, even though you're very deserving of it. Case in point, the Hall of Fame is very Dallas Cowboy oriented. Skip Bayless and those beat writers will go into those meetings and man, they will stand on the table, read the riot act, and tell you this and that. Even when Jerry Rice went in, there was a female. I'm forgetting her name. I don't want to disrespect her or nothing, but she just got in. She stood up for Jerry Rice and said, Jerry Rice is the single greatest wide receiver ever to play the game. And she sat down. And that wasn't compelling argument for all those beat writers to make that decision. It don't go like you think. It's not to the deserving. I've heard people say Frank Gore should or Roger Craig should go in before Frank Gore. It don't work like that. You got to go in there and make the argument for your guy. You simply have to make, or you wait until next year. But with these stats, man, if I'm a Jacksonville beat writer, if I am a Los Angeles beat writer, if I am a Miami beat writer, I will go in and stand behind these stats wholeheartedly and say, this guy is worthy.
Yeah. Well, I think Ramsey would be qualified for that for sure. I think he's got that. It's kind of hard to. I think it comes to a point though, like where the argument is just it's blatant. Like it's so obvious that you cannot deny it, even no matter who it is that represents you.
Yeah.
Such as like if no one backed Aaron Donald, it'd be impossible for him to not get in just based on what he's done. Same thing with what was it? Same thing with like Jalen Ramsey. There you go. Like if Ramsey were to do that, I'd be like, he deserves to get in and stuff like that. So I'll be all for it. By the way, I want to change my all-time Rams pick.
Uh-oh.
If I did not,
hold on, let me hit my bell.
He's
changing his Rams all-time pick, ladies and gentlemen. He's about to do it. He's about to do it right now, ladies and gentlemen. It is 11:59. Go ahead and change your Rams all-time goat.
Why I did not think of this guy blows my mind. And nobody in the comments said it, which I'm shocked by. And it qualifies for what you said about Los Angeles and St. Louis Rams. It also qualifies in that. Aaron Donald is the greatest Ram of all time. How is it like he won a Super Bowl? He was the reason they won that Super Bowl, especially on that fourth down. The All Pros, the Pro Bowls, the dominance. He probably considered one of the greatest defensive players of all time, next to LT, arguably next to him in the same tier. How do you like the Kurt Warner is awesome and all, but he's not talked about in a top 10 quarterback like kind of type conversation.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald's considered like 1-2 or 1A, 1B greatest defensive player of all time. And it's like, okay, well, and he's won a Super Bowl, been to a Super Bowl. It's in Los Angeles, like in your qualifications. I can't believe I didn't think of him, but it's definitely Aaron Donald. I'm going to say Aaron Donald.
You definitely got an argument there. 10-time Pro Bowler, 8-time All Pro, Super Bowl champion, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Let's look at his stats. Over a cumulative 111 sacks, 543 tackles. He was Pro Bowl every year since 2014 to 2023. Every year he was Pro Bowl and All Pro. All Pro 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Aaron Donald with his ring
went out on top. I mean,
I am not mad at your argument. I am so not mad at your argument. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Yeah, dude. I'm so when he retired, I was so relieved as a 49ers fan.
Right?
We had good games against him sometimes where like we'd piss him off and he would have a tantrum, but most of the time, most games, he was a problem. Aaron Donald, I'm glad he's a
problem, man. And in the game that when it really counted, it was Aaron Donald that made that play.
I still play. I'm not even a Bengals fan, and that play still plays in my head where it's like if Joe Burrow just had 1 second more because Jamar Chase gets wide open on that play.
Yeah.
Just had 1 second, like one extra second. Joe Burrow throws a touchdown there. They probably win that game. And I'm not even a Bengals fan. So I can imagine being a Bengals fan playing that in your head. Like, if our O-line could just stop Aaron Donald for just 1 second. I even play that like, man. They didn't want the Rams to win, obviously. So it plays in my head where it's like, damn, they were this close. And Aaron Donald just came in the clutchest moment of all time.
It is what it is. I am so not mad at your argument, man. He's been durable. He's been available. He's been wonderful. He's been productive. He's been a champion. That's who you want as your all-time greatest in this era. Now, I'll push back a little bit and say the great Deacon Jones probably did all of these numbers comparable, but they didn't count the sack until 1982. And it was him that says, sack the quarterback. It was based on his jargon, his daily phrase, that they made the stat. Think about that, man. That's the ultimate in respect. The great Rakim, one of my favorite rappers of all time, or my favorite. Let me just cut it out. That's my dude. He says in his follow the leader. He says, I can take a phrase that's rarely heard, flip it, and now it's your daily word. I can get iller than all my killing, no, and them alarm, rock him and remain calm. Self-esteem, make it super superb, supreme before a microphone, still I fiend. This dude really did that. He made a daily phrase from him just saying sack the quarterback. He made a whole stat based on what he said. That's that says a lot. Of course, he used to head slap offensive linemen and jar their brains a little bit and get to the passer, but and they eventually outlawed it. But it was him that did it. You can take that with you. Stephon Gilmore still in the league. Yeah, Stephon Gilmore's out there as a free agent. We could possibly get Stephon Gilmore there, Juan.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking up. There's some good players out there that are still available that I think the 49ers should consider as even as depth. Like, don't push them out there as starters or anything like that, but just look at them as depth, solid vet. Like Von Miller. I know Von Miller is not going to be your starting whatever, but I think as last year he had 6 sacks, 7 tackles for a loss. He still has some ability out there that I think that he'd be a good depth piece, good leader as well for the rest of the squad. For the rest of the D line as well. Teach the D line some moves. Nick Bosa and Von Miller teaching Mikael Williams some things. Dude, I would love that, and I think that would be
a
good,
monster.
Good depth piece there. But that's the thing. I want him to be you. Like that would be the expectation. If he's okay with that, and the 49ers are obviously okay with it because they would be the ones signing them, then I would be ecstatic about it. I know a lot of people will probably be like, you got to wash pass rusher, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I'm not expecting him to
man,
on Miller.
He's not going to be 19 or 2020 Von Miller. I just need him to be 2025 Von Miller and get to the rusher, take this little bit of change, get to the passer, I'm sorry, and take this little bit of change and be Von Miller. You know, I think our natural tendency is to base everything off of expectation. And you're going to a concert, you're going to a movie, you're going to a theater, whatever the case, and you're expecting this, a restaurant, you're expecting this. And based on that, you formulate your whole opinion. You say, off my expectations, I thought it was going to be this, but it's that. Or I thought it'd be this, but it was that. It blew me away because I thought when I went to McDonald's, I wasn't going to get a filet mignon. But you get it and you're like, God, that is the best McDonald's ever. It's all on the expectations, your disappointments and your exhilarance derive from your expectation.
And the expectation would just be 5 sacks, 6 sacks, a couple tackles for a loss. Like I'm not asking for like exactly like a filet mignon. I'm not looking for that, right?
Yeah, I ain't looking for 20 sacks. I just want 5. Give me 5 sacks.
McDonald's.
5 sacks, 20 tackles. 5 sacks, 20 tackles.
So, one last subject we'll get to, and then we'll bounce out of here. It's getting late and stuff. But
okay.
One last thing because tomorrow we have a show, so we'll have a lot more things.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We're gonna do the AFC and NFC South.
We'll talk about that. I still have to do my research on that, by the way. So that just gave me homework. You reminded me about my homework.
The chat will help you out. The chat will help you out there.
Chat's got to help me out.
Wolfie, what are you doing? No.
Well, I'm probably end up picking Matt Ryan as the Falcons guy, something like that.
Yeah, we got some smart chatters, man. We got some smart chatters.
But who are since last time we did top 5 quarterbacks, top 5 running backs?
Yeah.
Let's do top 5 all-time wide receivers. Who are your top 5 wide receivers?
You know who it is. You know who number 1 is. Let me move my camera around. It's number 1. Number 1 right there. 22,895 yards, 1,549 receptions, 208 touchdowns, 13 Pro Bowls, 10 All Pros.
You have to look
incredible, Mississippi Valley State, born October 13th, 1962, 2 days before my mother. Daddy named dad. Mama named Eddie, daddy named Joe. Crawford, Mississippi's Jerry Rice. Number
Are
one.
you looking at stats? Did you have
No,
the stats ready to go?
Wolfie, I got this stuff in my spirit. In my
I didn't know that.
spirit, Wolfie.
I don't know the exact stats either. That's
Wolfie,
crazy.
I got it in my spirit. I know instantly Tom Brady has 89,214 yards, 667 touchdowns, 12 regular season records, 12 postseason records, 11 Super Bowl records, 10 trips to the Super Bowl, 7 championships. When it means something to me, I put it in there. I lock it.
Good memory.
I lock it. But we're going with Jerry Rice right now. We're talking about wide receivers. I got Jerry Rice, number 1 overall. Number 2 for me, the greatest wide receiver. Number 2 for me, from the University of Miami, the most passionate leader you can ever ask for. Gonna give you everything he got every time.
Do not say
Michael Irvin is my guy. Michael Irvin got 3 championships. He got a national championships with the U. He is just it. He want the fastest. He want the best. He won't jumping over this, and he won't jumping it. But for Tarrerdome, I love Michael Irvin, a spiritual man, raised a great deal like myself. His dad loved the Cowboys. My dad loved the Cowboys. We used to watch the Cowboys sitting on our dad's knee. For me, it's Michael Irvin. For me.
My jaw is on the floor, but I guess he's from Miami, so I could see the person.
Yeah, I am so crazy about Michael Irvin. Just a great leader.
Number 2?
Yeah, he's my number 2 overall. Michael Irvin. Please print this. Send it to the great Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin is my guy. I'm crazy. It's a lot of things you could say about him. He's a cowboy. It's a lot of things you could say about him, with his personal escapades. But boy, when you line up besides Ray Lewis, this dude is spiritually driven and can look inside your soul and ignite you the same way I feel the passion that he has, because that's what grabs me. For me, it ain't got to be for nobody else. For nobody else.
I was genuinely, my jaw literally fell as you saw. Like I was genuinely shocked because I was expecting someone else. Like Michael Irvin's like back at, for me, like 8 or 9. Like that's just the top of my head though.
Mike Irvin, man. Mike Irvin. They don't get them championships without Mike Irvin.
All right. That's
Michael Irvin is a chip winner, and I rolled some B-roll out. He's talking to the guys at the U about. He said they outran me, but they don't outring me. You play to win the game. You play to win the game. I don't want to hear about your 40. I don't want to hear about your stats. I don't want to hear how big you are. I don't want to hear about how tall you are. I don't care about your vertical. You play to put this on your finger. And Michael Irvin lined up every down and gave you everything he had and expected the same out of you. That's a leader to me.
Your wife's going to be like, "What's she yelling for?"
I have been captains of football teams. I have been a squad leader. I am a supervisor. I am a leader. You need to put that in your spirit. I have wrote the book on getting it in your spirit, and that's what that man does. far and beyond. Hey,
All right, all right.
I-
I got
if you can't get it, you've never been a champion.
all
You've
right.
never been a champion, and you don't know what you know.
He's definitely a Hall of Fame all time wide receiver for sure.
Yeah, yeah, he in the
Um,
Hall of Fame, man.
all right, so I gave you 1, 2. Let me go ahead and give my 1, 2. We'll trade off. So that way,
go ahead, go ahead.
stuff like that. My one's obviously Jerry Rice. That is my one there. My number 2 is going to be Randy Moss. Randy Moss, without a doubt, is going to be my. Sometimes I go back and forth between my 2 and the 3. You'll hear my 3. But right now, I'm feeling my 2 is Randy Moss. That dude is literally like when we talk about the Jones guy creating the sack thing. He created you getting mossed. Okay, he created that whole like doesn't matter if it's 2 people covering him, 3 people covering him. He's jumping up. He's getting that ball. He is that guy, and he can go past you, take the top off the defense. He could do all those things. This guy was phenomenal. He had a little bit of a streak with the Raiders, but that was more of a Raiders thing than it was him. Obviously, him going to the Patriots, stuff like that. But like Randy Moss was just insane. Even when he played for the 49ers that one year where he wasn't getting a lot of targets, he still made incredible catches at times where you saw flashes of him, who he was. But like with the Patriots and what he did, the record he has, the touchdowns, and what he did to elevate that Patriots offense. Without him, I don't think the Patriots offense would come near as good as they were. Randy Moss is the definition of like what Larry Fitzgerald did. Like Larry Fitzgerald came after with the 50-50 balls and doing the whole mossing thing. Randy Moss invented that. That's why we call it mossing. And he can route you up, take the top off. He's a perfect wide receiver. The only thing that really like when someone says Moss over Rice, I get kind of frustrated because Moss, yes, he was like on that tier, I would say, like in talent, but he wasn't nearly as consistent year in, year out as much as Jerry Rice was. Moss, though, man, was phenomenal. Like when you go back and watch him play, because a lot of these players, when you want to talk all-time greats and stuff, you have to go back and watch these players so you can actually have an idea of how good these people were. Randy Moss in any generation would be a phenomenal wide receiver. Jerry Rice, same thing. Randy Moss, no matter where you put him, would be phenomenal. But I think Jerry Rice had more consistent years, played long, and the longevity. Consistent years and the longevity. So Randy Moss would definitely be my number 2. So what is your number 3 wide receiver of all time?
Terrell Eldorado Owens.
All right. Respect it.
Ask of him anything. I saw routes that he ran that others didn't run. There's some called a 9 route, which is straight down the field. There's some called a bang 8, which is down into the post. There's a dig, which is a 6. Terrell Eldorado Owens gave you all of them and everything he has. The stats are there. He's number 2 on receptions. He's number 2 on yards. He's number 3 on touchdowns. Terrell Eldorado Owens
I never heard the Eldorado
gave,
thing.
gave you what he had. He didn't ask for somebody to, just throw it out there, dog. Just throw the 9 route, which basically makes you a one-trick pony. Terrell would cross the middle, dare you to mess with him. Terrell would make those touchdowns in the biggest game. Terrell Eldorado Owens would come alive with a broken fibula.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ask the doctor to put the screw in, and I'm going out there, and I think he put up 10 catches for 115 yards. It's Terrell Eldorado Owens. Go ahead for you.
My number 3 is Megatron. Calvin Johnson. holy crap, if he could just play a little bit longer. And it's kind of like with Barry Sanders, where it's like Barry Sanders just knew this team wasn't going to go anywhere, so I'm just going to retire while I'm on top. Not going to sacrifice my body anymore. Same thing with Calvin Johnson. He was just tired of it. He knew it didn't matter anymore, and he retired early. And Megatron, dude, was just so much. Like I can't even think of the words, because it's just what he did, what he does. His hands, the ball could be a terrible ball, and he would catch it.
Yeah,
The
man.
ball could be in the worst angle, and his hands will catch it. Like triple coverage, quadruple coverage, it just did not matter. And he was an excellent route runner, and he had great speed. He didn't have to have that. He could
Man.
you just throw it his way, dude, in the vicinity. It's literally like the definition of fuck it. He's down there somewhere. I'm going to throw it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
That's what who's that? Matt Stafford did for years. He's like, yeah, out there somewhere.
He's
throw
down
that
there
thing.
somewhere, man.
I agree.
So if he was just on a relevant team, and just one that was actually good, that knew how to build a team, I think personally, man, he probably would have won multiple Super Bowls. Had crazy. I think he would be talking a lot more higher on this list. Actually, probably number 2 for me. If he just, I don't think I'd ever put him above 1 just because I'm a 49ers fan and stuff like that. But he sure as hell, I think, would compete with Moss for that spot, because he was just a freak of nature when it just comes to just like, I cannot put it into words just how great this wide receiver was all the freaking time. And I can't even think of the words, because it's when I watched him play and the things they do, because I just got into football in 2005, and I think he came out like just a few years after that. I think like 2008, 2009. I can't remember correctly when he came out. When was the year he came in? I can't remember the league, but I remember just being absolutely amazed by this man. Like, I was never afraid of him because of, he played for the Lions and stuff, but he was the reason why you looked for those highlights that came on the TV and was like, oh, what crazy things did he do this week? This guy.
Out of Georgia Tech, born September 20th. He's born the same day as my mother. September 29th, out of Tyrone, Georgia. He was drafted in 2007. Played until 2015. Incredible dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pro Bowls, 3 All Pros, and Offensive Player of the Year. He finished 3rd. This was spanning from the time of 2010 until he retires in 2015. The man put up, where's his yards? His targets was 731, 11,619 yards at a 15.9 receiving yards perceptions. Receiving yards per reception. 83 touchdowns, success rate of 51%, which is adequate. Catch percentage is 55.7. He even ran a few. He got a touchdown as a rusher. Megatron. Just the nickname alone, Wolfie, Megatron.
I think he broke Jerry Rice's record for most receiving yards in a season, I believe.
Let me I'm pretty sure yards. His most was 1,964 in 2012. Let me go to the great Jerry Rice. It's very few records.
I'm pretty sure he broke that. This dude is
that you can break with Jerry Rice, man. Jerry Rice is ridiculous. Jerry Rice is like the Wilt Chamberlain of dudes, man. Hey, you know what, Wolfie? Yes, sir. Yeah, 1,900 is better than Jerry Rice's best year, 1995, with 1,854 yards. You are correct.
So he's going to be, without a doubt, my number 3, just because I could put him.
I did not know that. I
crazy.
I feel like Johnny
I'm
Ed.
disappointed. You're like, I didn't know that. Why did I know that?
Ed, I did not know that. Ed, I did not know that. I did not know that.
So he would be my answer. So who is your number 4 wide receiver all time?
My number 4 all time has got to be Randy Moss. You covered him as your number 2. Randy Moss is my number 4. Randy Moss, just the sheer numbers. Um, he and Terrell Eldorado Owens were either 2-3 or 3-2, 2-3 or 3-2. He played for the San Francisco 49ers for a tidbit, went to a Super Bowl. He alligator armed a couple passes from
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick, or one in particular. I'll just say one in particular, but I'm gonna leave that alone. He very rarely went across the middle, but no one was more devastating and scared defenses more than 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 Randy Moss. The deep safety had to be accounted for, and you had to back up. Hey, man, he coming in here. He coming in here. Great American, great guy. Uh, Incredible athlete. Could have probably went pro as a NBA player if he wanted to. Caught some trouble. He was initially supposed to go to Florida State University. Went down there, got in a little bit of trouble. Bobby Bowden says, I can't keep you here, man. It's only one other place I'm going to send you. And he sends him to Lou Holtz up in Notre Dame. He gets in trouble there. I can't keep you. There's only other one place you go to, and that was Marshall University. He goes to Marshall, finishes third. I'm pretty sure third in the house. Yeah, that year. Check out this Heisman year. It was 2000. No, it was 1998. In that Heisman year, up at the Downtown Athletic Club, Rod Woodson, Peyton Manning, Randy Moss. That's how good that 98 was.
That
That 98 was crazy. And then there was a cat named probably Gordy Lockbaum and some other stuff, man. But they just were. It was just amazing. It was amazing. And you thought football was just going to go into another stratosphere dealing with these people. The Cowboys told them they were going to draft them on draft day, and when it came time, they were like, we don't know, man. You got a lot of trouble. and we coming off the escapades of Michael Irvin. So
that should be then Michael Irvin. He got a lot of trouble all the time. You think
Mike,
Moss, why not?
Mike used to get in a lot of trouble and stuff, man. Yeah, Mike. He'll tell you, it is what it is. But incredible career, man. He matches up. God is good. It matches up with Chris Carter, and incredible former 49er as the head coach, Dennis Green. Dennis Green is their head coach, and they do some wonderful things. The offensive coordinator is Brian Billick, who will go on and win a Super Bowl, but they just came up short. The Vikings would come up short. Sorry, Mimi, if you're in the chat, she loves the Vikings. Them Vikings would just come up short, man. It was something.
The Vikings always Vikings have
they
bad.
Just like, we can't make it. They like the perfect villain in a Batman film. So
the Vikings have, I believe, the 5th or 6th most wins in NFL history, and they have no Super Bowls. It's crazy.
Vikings have been really, really good. Wolfie, back in the day, they played outside. They played in a place called Bloomington, Minnesota. And they would get you, they would win 14 games, right? 13 games, 14 games, 11 games. They would get your ass in Bloomington, Minnesota in January, outside, Wolfie, it was every bit of a degree. It won't 2 degrees. It won't 3. It was a degree. The wind would be howling. The snow would be on the field, and they would get to the Super Bowl. They were the original Buffalo Bills. They would get to the Super Bowl 3 or 4 times, but they would lose when it's in good weather. The Vikings were that in respect to their organization. They have one of the best facilities in the National Football League now. I want to go and see a game in Minnesota just from our content creators coming back and saying, man, their practice field has a jumbotron. It's really good up there in Minnesota. But yeah, it's got to be Randy Moss for me. Number 4.
I respect it. I respect it. Number 4. Okay. Number 4 for me. It's got to be Julio Jones. I'm just joking. It's gonna be Terrell Owens. I agree with you on that. Everything you said about Terrell Owens. A lot of people. Whenever I talk about top 5 greatest wide receivers all the time, a lot of people like they say like you can't count for this. But one of the things I dock him is because of who he was personality wise off the field. Because I think what you are off the field actually matters. Because I think that does matter to me. And Terrell Owens off the field was one of the worst. But as a player, you are still a top 5.
Well, I'll say as a locker room guy, maybe he would say stuff against his quarterback coaches and stuff like that. But off the field, I want to be very, very, if Terrell ever sees this, I want to be very, very clear. Terrell Owens was not a criminal. He didn't beat anybody. He didn't get arrested. He wasn't. When you say off the field issues, it encapsulates cocaine use, whatever would have you. So I want to be clear. T.O., you just was mean to Tim Rattay and Jeff Garcia and Donovan McNabb and all that. So I'll say locker room.
Not Tony Romo though. For some reason, him and Tony Romo were like, he was like, that's my.
Oh, you better not say nothing about Tony Romo, man. That he was dating Jerry Jones.
He was Tony Romo. He had to date Tony Romo for some reason.
Don't
That's his worst quarterback, in my opinion, he's ever had.
Don't say that. You better get out there and cry. He said, "That's my quarterback." Don't y'all say nothing about him, man. That's my quarterback. Yeah. You better be nice to Tony Romo.
It's kind of like with like Ayuk, for example, and I hate to use Ayuk as an example, but I'm just trying to think of like something that's not actually like going out doing drugs, like you said, and like hitting women and doing some crazy shit like that. Like he's just like he would be the kind of guy that would put out photos, say, "Hey, my quarterback sucks," or like he would do those type of things.
Yeah,
I think that would cause a problem that's detrimental to your team and would not help.
Exactly. It's not on the field issues, but it's, I have to call it, if it ain't on the field, what is it? It's locker room. It's not off the field. You didn't get arrested. You're not a bad person, society wise. But damn, dude, what is you doing? Why you? We know
you're awesome. Okay, it's not like we're saying,
yeah, you're the best player on the field. You don't have to come. Man, that dude sucked. Just don't be a dick. Issues is what it is. You're just dick.
Exactly, yeah. So that's one of the things I really do hold that against him. As when you rank him, I'd probably still put him at 4 though. Like I would still put him at 4. So I don't know how much of a difference that would be, but I would take Megatron over him, Ray Moss, Jerry Rice for sure. But T.O., man, like you said, that fibula game where like in the Super Bowl, dude, he was phenomenal.
Super Bowl, you come back early and you tell the doctor, "Hey, man, just put a screw in it, heal it up, tape it up. I'm going out here. I'm gonna put 150 on him."
On the field, he would give it his all, no matter what. At least he would do that. Like that is something you definitely can count on him to do
on the field
for sure.
This your guy.
But yeah, I like Papa J said he was the first to pull Brandon Ayuk shit. Like he was the first diva wide receiver. I can agree with that for sure.
And how about it's reports that he's giving uh BA a earful at
Yeah,
OTAs
he's
today.
also like being like, "Hey, you can't do this, man. What are you talking
Yeah,
about, bro?
hey
It's
man,
art."
no man, you trying to win, dude. What the hell you doing out here? And you be on social media, man, stop acting like a damn punk.
It's like the drug
And I
addict saying,
know
"Hey, don't do
he was
drugs."
saying good stuff because Patrick Willis and Frank Gore there. So they were like, they just letting them cook. They was like, yeah, yeah, man. This is the TO. If when you have gone so far as TO has to give you being a good teammate speeches, how far have you gone, dude?
Yeah, so it's just kind of yeah.
Yeah,
That is
that
such a
was
crazy
amazing.
thing.
Shout out to my man Terrell Eldorado Owens, man. God bless you. God keep you, man. But it's a crazy narrative, as we know how you are, T.O. And you getting BA straight. Damn. I told y'all BA was gone, man. I told you BA. What the hell is wrong with you? What are you doing? They done paid you $30 million, and you out here talking about I ain't following the team. I'm a diva. I'm bad. I'm good.
I
I'm
yeah.
cool. I'm smooth, nigga. I'm sorry, but you better get your shit straight. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, you lucky they paying you 30 million for you to be on the bench and complaining. Oh, I don't like Hop Rock. He man, he working out with the other guys. Right? I don't like that. I might want to go to the Redskins. I might want to go to Pittsburgh. I might want to go somewhere else. You act like a bitch.
I don't know if he's doing all
Pull
that.
your nutsack up, son, and be a grown ass man. It's people out here grinding for 40, 50, $60 million, $60,000. Not million, not million. They grinding for thousands of dollars every day, putting up with a boss that they can't stand. And your punk ass out here acting a fool for 30 million a year. Go ahead, Wolfie.
I'll say I don't think he's been that bad, but if you lot, that's I'm in the minority when I say that for sure. Uh, but you obviously are fed up with that shit. I don't think he's been that bad, but you're
So
like
fed up
I'm
with.
done.
I
So
was fed up last year with him holding out and the hold in and stuff like that. Dude, man, we trying to win a Super Bowl. And this is why I rank Mike so high, man. Mike Irvin, act up you want, Mike. Now Mike will party. I can't front. Mike got it in. Mike got it in. But the first one at practice, the first one learning the plays, the first one blocking down field for Emmett, the first one getting it in was one Michael Irvin. That's why I love him so much. You know, hey, we're gonna play hard, but dude, we don't do nothing harder, pause, than try to win championships and try to put rings on our fingers, man. We that is it. That's how they're gonna judge your legacy. That's how no matter what, that's what they're gonna say. But did you win a championship though? But did you win a championship though? Did you win a champion? Mike said, hey, yeah, yeah. You ran that sweet 4.2 940. You ran a 4.1 40. You had a whole bunch of catches. You got a whole bunch of stats. But did you got these bitches? That's what count.
late night brings out the dark. Tarrerdome with the cursing.
It's the real. It's the real. Wolfie, they're gonna judge you by and I guess we're 30 years removed. Somebody said something today about 1994, and I said, damn, that's the last time we won a championship. Y'all are in an era where y'all have never known and seen and felt championship vibes.
We won NFC championships. That's a championship right there.
I'm talking about that ultimate one.
I'm just being a smart ass.
Yeah, and I have to account for that sometimes, y'all. Y'all, and I don't mean it derogatory, y'all, but if you're 30 something, even into your 40s, y'all don't know, man. To win that chip is different. It is different. It is so different. Papa J, see what I'm talking about. It's a different vibe, and we can't be out here. Oh, my hamstring hurt. Oh, my fingernail hurt. Oh, my vagina hurts. Hey, man, get your punk ass together and get on out of here. I don't play around with this, man. I don't play around with this. I laugh and joke. I watch good movies. I read the word of God. I love my wife and everything. But when it's time to get it, I don't need you effing around. I don't need you effing around. Don't play with me. Don't play with
Football
me.
immediately becomes a different world for you for sure. Like I can definitely see that.
Yeah, man. We didn't do this in the 80s. In the 80s, man, dudes like Guy McIntyre, Charles Haley, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Jesse Sapolo. We didn't play around, dude. It's time to win. Bill Walsh, Mike Holmgren, Andy Reid was here. We didn't play around with this. Roger Craig. This is our stuff. The great Jerry Rice. We didn't play around, man. We ain't playing around. It ain't time for your contract negotiations and you to play on social media like you playing on TikTok and that dumb stuff, man. Hey, is you trying to wear this? Is you trying to wear this? Because in the end, hey, bro, it's going to be 32 teams start this thing in 30, 40 days. And at the end of it, come February 11th, around my birthday time, is you wearing this or you saying, man, we coulda, we shoulda. Dang, I wish we would have won. I wish we'd have had that playback. Wish we'd had that. No, dude.
And we should have a couple times.
Get that shit now.
All right, so let's go. We got to jump to your last one here.
Last one.
Got to catch up. I hear what you're saying. I felt that. Trust me, I felt that right here. Your last one, obviously, because I just said T.O. was my number 4. Who is your definitive number 5? If you want to get some honorable mentions before you say your number 5,
I gotta do that, Wolfie, because you brought up such a great point about Megatron. Megatron was so dope, man. And I got a Fitzgerald out there, man, and the great Steve Largent. I'm gonna go number 5 for me.
You're saying Antonio Brown. Nah, you don't seem like you'd say Antonio Brown. He was good though. He was good. He was great.
For me, number 5. I gotta shock the world. The greatest receiver, number 5 all time, was a cat named Don Hudson.
All right.
I'm going all the way back.
I haven't even heard of this guy.
Don Hudson.
Don Hudson.
Don Hudson was the teammate of Bear Bryant back in Alabama. Don Hudson scored 99 touchdowns in the National Football League back in the 20s and 30s. People say you can't compare eras. I don't agree.
You went back to the 20s and 30s?
I went all the way back to the 20s and 30s because I want to give the respect to Don Hudson. And shout out Steve Largent. Shout out John Stallworth. Shout out Drew Pearson. Shout out Lynn Swan. All y'all are honorable mention. But I'm going to give it to Don Hudson.
Dang, dude. That's a throwback.
He retires in the 1930s with 99 touchdowns. as a wide receiver. Bear Bryant was a wide receiver in Alabama, but he goes on to coach. Don Hudson plays in the National Football League. Until Jerry Rice shows up in 1985, these records still were not touched. Think about that for a minute. From the 1920s through the 1930s, in arguably not a pass happy league,
No, they didn't throw the ball. Probably weren't very good at throwing the ball either.
for
First part of
70 years with a football that looked like a pumpkin. This dude put up 99 touchdowns, man.
That's pretty
And
good.
there was an interview with Chris Berman that really reaffirmed how great Don Hudson was. He said, "Man, Don Hudson, you're the greatest wide receiver ever." He said, "My records are good, but there's one in San Francisco that's going to have all of mine." It was Don Hudson who Jerry Rice supplants as the greatest wide receiver ever. So I've got to do my due diligence and shout out the great Don Hudson. He played for the Green Bay Packers, leather helmets. Don Hudson is the guy.
No one, I have never heard anyone say that name ever, dude. That is such a throwback. That's a good answer. I mean, you got a good argument there too.
That's off the Tarrerdome. That's off the Tarrerdome.
That's
Because all you really can compare, Wolfie, all you can compare is eras. You know, if you got raw numbers, you'll just say, well, obviously this guy's better because he's got a whole bunch of yards. But you're dealing in a pass happy league where they got to be 70% and this and that. In a league way back when, you should be judged on the guys you came in with in the draft class and you retire with. That's your truth. How better were you with those folks? And if you dominated to a level that is double, triple, quadruple what your class was, you've done something. That's true greatness. That's the real greatness. That's how you measure it. And Don Hudson was that dude. Green Bay Packers, Don Hudson. Number 5 for me.
all right. I like it. I want to say real quick, Steve says Marvin Harrison better be on this list. He is not, but he's definitely my 7 or 6. Sometimes when I make a list, I usually put on 7 or 6.
10.
He's
top 10. He was a bad man. Respect.
He was good. Another shout out, Julio Jones. I think could possibly be on a top 10 list if you put him on there. I think he could be
wonderful receiver.
Wonderful. Antonio Brown. I know he has that whole issues and stuff, but that dude was
Nino Brown was problems. Remember he came to San Francisco and dusted us up about. I think he had about 200 yards.
I believe it, dude. That dude.
Man, him and Roethlisberger. Oh my God, Wolfie! It got bad. It got bad to the point I was calling the Reverend Frankie Fells an apostle. My boy Robert Walker and said, "Man, look, y'all ain't gotta make us look like this, man. Come on." It was a home game. We were in Santa Clara. Nino Brown out there acting up. Wolfie, I'm gonna look it up. While you go through yours, man, I ain't gonna interrupt you. I think he had 200 yards, Wolfie.
I believe it, dude. The dude was insane. He was the Antonio Brown. If he did not ruin his career, possibly could have been in the conversation as if he played as long as Jerry Rice, with as good as he was, he could be that possibly number 1 if he played for 20 years, playing that great.
He was
AB had it, but he ruined it. He destroyed it. He destroyed all that, but he could still be in the conversation of top 10 if someone did that. If someone put him at 5, I wouldn't hate them for it. Marvin Harrison's my 7 or 6. Like I said, Julio Jones is in there. Drew Pearson, Lynn Swann, like you said earlier. Michael Irvin is definitely in my top 10 for sure. I would definitely put him in there. but he doesn't make my top 5. My number five, and I feel like this, here it goes. Larry Fitzgerald is my number 5 wide receiver.
I ain't mad one bit, man. Shout out, man.
He
Shout
put
out.
Arizona on the map, dude. Okay, please keep watching, dude.
I ain't mad. I thought about that myself. I ain't mad, man. I just gotta shout him out, but you go ahead and give him his flowers, man.
This dude, he was the reason why they went to that Super Bowl. He was the reason why they were even in that Super Bowl. I know Kurt Warner did what he did with Arizona, but it was all Larry Fitzgerald carrying him for the most part of that entire situation there. He was off the field too, like I said before, like Terrell Owens about not being the locker room, as we'll put it here, at issue. Larry Fitzgerald on the field, locker room, off the field was golden. He's probably the most polished, greatest wide receiver when it comes to that. Almost like he's probably the greatest of all time off the field wide receiver. Just like his philanthropy is insane. Everything he does there is great. Also, he did the mossing right after when Randy Moss came in. He was the next mosser. Like I brought up earlier. This guy, he's another fuck it. He's down the field somewhere guy. I will never forget this. It's embedded in my brain. I remember watching an Arizona game because it's the only thing I see on TV. He was triple covered, dude. There was no possible way he should have got this. And amidst the hands, you just see one hand come up between this crowded thing. You see this red glove, and he just grabs it, brings it in, and the hands are trying to. It was. And
I think it was against the Cardinals. Was it against the Cardinals?
He was on the Cardinal. He's the Cardinal.
It was no. It was against Green Bay. It was against Green Bay. It was a playoff game too.
I don't remember the team. I just remember like him. I see my brain 3 dudes and him just
he was that.
He was insane, and he did for 17 years. He never had a bad season.
Questioned nothing. He just got down and got it, man. He had it all. Whatever they wanted, he could be the outside. He could be the X. He could be the Y. He could be the slot, E-shake, whatever you need to do.
Roll and thrive in that. He is a true all-around, just a great wide receiver. If we were talking about greatest players to never win, that's another list we could possibly do at some point. Greatest players to never win a Super Bowl. It's Dan Marino and probably him at number 2, or it could be at number 1. You could if you would do that.
I can't blame you. You got Moss, him, and Terrell Eldorado, Owens,
all those guys. Yes. It upsets me though that Larry Fitzgerald never won. I don't care. Arizona Cardinal player never winning a Super Bowl upsets me.
And he could have moved around.
Evil, man.
He could have cherry picked it. He could have went to New England, and he would have fit right in. He won't go bump heads with Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, hey, this is what we do here. We don't mess around. Don't get on InstaChat and Snapface and all that stuff. We just need you to get. He would have easily.
You would have fit into that.
Fit in and just say, yes, sir, Mr. Belichick. I'm gonna do what you need me to do. And he didn't. He said, no, I'm a Cardinal. Dag it. And y'all come on in and conform. And gave it everything he had. He was going to be the Super Bowl MVP in that one against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he took over that game, and then everything's kind of. I think he didn't. The interception where James Harrison goes all the way back down for a touchdown, a 99-yard touchdown. He doesn't throw it to. I'm pretty sure he didn't throw it to Larry Fitzgerald. I think he threw it to another wide receiver.
He threw it to him at the end because there was a big run, man. He hit him on a post. And he splits those safeties, man. He is gone. Those dreadlocks, I'm bald, so y'all ain't got to worry about. Those dreadlocks was in the wind.
He hit a 50-yard, like it was a very. I remember that, like he was just going and going and going. My friend, when I watched that Super Bowl, my friend, we were excited. It was me. I was going for the Cardinals. Actually, I was really excited. I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I was like, look, the Cardinals can win. They can win one. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, just win one.
As long as they don't win. And I had me, my friend, and his cousin were all in the same room, living room, and we were getting excited. He gets that play, and he's running and running, running. My friend switches a light, and the light is connected to the TV connector.
Oh no!
Turned off the TV, I was like, "You mother!" I was yelling.
I know you flipped out. I know you flipped.
I didn't know if he scored a touchdown or not. I was just,
Oh man, I wish they would. Wolfie, please tell me y'all tape that. Please tell me you got
no, we
that.
did not. We did not. We did
I
not.
know
We
how
tried to
you
do it
are.
tonight,
I know how
but-
you would. What are you doing?
so upset, dude, because he was just excited because he was like, "Go, go, go!" And he did like a twirl thing, and then was like, "Yeah!" And he smacked the light. And I was like, Why? Why are you doing that? What'd you do? He was like,
Wolfie, I know you were upset for 5 minutes. You were upset for 5 or 10 minutes. I can't believe you messed that moment up.
I was yelling, "Go, go, go!" And also,
I can't believe it. I can't believe that. Yeah, you got mad with me in a mock draft. It was a mock draft, and I got Kelvin Banks, and he was like, "We were in like round 4." You were like, "I can't believe you got Kelvin."
You got to count. We traded back like twice, and it was the 27th pick, and I was just like, "I can't believe you picked Calvin next."
I can't believe you. I
was upset about that.
I'll never forgive you. I'll never.
You betrayed me, man. This is one of our first shows together. I don't know if I can forgive you for this.
Yeah, it was like our second or third show. He was like, "I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe you did that."
I was like,
said, "Well, you told me to get somebody." I said, "Man, don't worry about it. We got a whole bunch of other picks." I can't believe you did that.
I was like, "Can't believe you just betrayed all of us trading back for this exact reason. It's crazy."
Oh man, we got Kelvin Banks. It's over. We're never gonna win.
It's an F. This is already an F mock draft.
Yeah, I don't want to play no more. Start over. Hit the reset button.
Let's reset. Let's try this again. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would say Larry Fitzgerald is definitely my number 5. And Papa J says, "I'm not surprised. I'm surprised nobody said Ocho Cinco as I mentioned. He's up there. I don't know if he would make a top 10 list though. He was great.
Ocho Cinco ran some of the best routes. He is so, man, Ocho Cinco's so physically gifted with his moves. Even Deion Sanders, when they went out to interview him on the pivot, I don't think it was a pivot. What was the pivot? It was whatever he's connected to. Ocho Cinco could cut on the wrong leg. When a receiver comes out and his inside leg is forward, he cuts off that inside leg. He doesn't cut off his outside leg. And Deion said, man, he cutting on the wrong leg and flipping his ankles. Ocho Cinco, he has a great debate for McDonald's over that vegetarian meals that everybody's eating.
Yeah, he loves the McDonald's. Like, I eat McDonald's every day, and that was great.
he said, and I never got hurt. I never got hurt. He said he was talking to another good receiver, Marshall. Who was it? He used to be on not the pivot, but he was on Brandon Marshall. He said, "What do you eat?" He said, "Man, I ate wheat germ, and I ate, good foods and nutrition. He said, but you got hurt though. I never got hurt. I just used to get I used to egg McMuffin, hash brown, quarter pounder with cheese. I was all right the whole time."
Ocho Cinco did some crazy things, man. Have you heard that he drank piss?
I can believe it.
He's like, not my own piss, my own teammates' piss. I'm like, okay, he's just saying this for shock value. There's no way.
That's a little shock.
There's no way that he actually was like, if I couldn't piss, I would go get a teammate's piss or something like that.
But
I'm like, Ocho, I made a video that is short on it too. I can't remember how long ago it was, but that
Wolfie,
guy,
he was so good. He was so good. Nobody could. If you're talking about separation, I would like to see. I don't know when we started counting separation numbers, but Ocho could separate. And my dad really was crazy about the Cincinnati being. He was a Cowboy fan, but Cowboys won't getting to the playoffs. He said that damn Cincinnati team got some stuff going on. That it was Carson Palmer at the quarterback, Ocho Cinco, Hushmanzada, and a couple of them, but it was the first play of the game, man. They score on a touchdown, but the quarterback goes down. They were really, really, really good. They were really good. They were really good. And Ocho Cinco knew where the holes were. He knew how to get open. He was just he used that FIFA. He said, I play FIFA. I love soccer. And it showed. It showed. His groins must have been really, really tight and ready to go pause. And he could get open. He could get open. Too many times I've seen him against greats like Champ Bailey, greats like Deion Sanders, greats like whomever and whatever. This kid could just do something so unorthodox to get open. You would. He was like, "Hold on, you ain't supposed to do that. What you cutting off the wrong leg. You your ankles ain't supposed to twist like that, fool." Child, please.
It's kind of like doing like the opposite to catch the other person off guard, but it
Exactly.
actually works, right? So it actually works. It's not like just doing something different for the sake of doing something different. It's actually doing something different and it works. That happens sometimes for sure.
That's how it went down. Yeah, Ocho Cinco was that dude. And Papa J says Chris Carter was a great. Chris Carter had a set of mitts. Chris Carter actually showed me how to grow my hands. My hands weren't but 9.5 inches. And Chris Carter said, no, I seen him on B-roll with Odell Beckham. And he had Odell Beckham stretching this way, stretching that way, and stretching in the middle like that. And it makes your hands almost 10 inches from tip of the thumb to tip of the pinky finger. It can make your hands about 3/4 of an inch wider, longer, and who was it? We had a quarterback here, and they said he has small hands. He don't have 8.5 inch hands. It looked like the guy on the Burger King commercial eating a Big Mac or a Whopper, and his hands are so small. You can make your hands a lot bigger.
I can see that pinky, man. It's really strange.
Yeah, you see that pinky?
That pinky, really, damn, bro.
That thing is done since 1985, man. That thing got crushed and done. But
okay. I was like, damn, bro.
yeah, man. But you can make your hands a lot wider and bigger. And it was Chris Carter that showed me how to do that.
I got small hands. My hands are tiny. I got
yeah. I see them. You got it's like little balloon hands. You
balloon hands.
You blow the balloon up, and the fingers are short.
I got short ass hands. When I play guitar, it's a pain in the ass because like I can't quite get the greatest grip on them because it's so. But I developed like the flat. Playing guitar allowed me to do like this.
I got you.
But sometimes I can't. Like the cord will get light between my lines here. If I had a longer finger, I can hit all the chords and stuff like that, and it wouldn't create like a buzzing sound and stuff like that when I play.
The fret buzz.
When I play an F chord or something like that, like I can do it now because I train my finger to bend like that. So, but yeah, if I have tiny ass fingers and it's impeded on my ability to play guitar, but
I play bass. And I can. Man, I can strum it. I can do a spider and walk that thing down and come back up.
Just like really go down.
Yeah. And it was Chris Carter. He gave the subtle nuances to just and that's real coaching. That's real coaching there, Wolfie. When you can show somebody the subtle nuances of getting better. Man, that lights me on fire. That's what I do to young kids who come to me and want to get better at the game. I coach them up and tell them about their get off. I tell them about the leverage. I tell them the scientific way as well as the practicality way. And Chris Carter, Chris Carter's that dude. Chris Carter is that dude. So shout out to Chris Carter, man.
Nice. So we're gonna that we just got our top 5 wide receivers. It's very interesting. That I'm really my shocker was definitely. I'm not shocked by 3 of the wide receivers on your list. You got me with the Hudson one that caught me off guard. The Irvin one, I shouldn't be surprised by that. Especially because you're Amada and the respect you have for that player. So I can totally see that. So that's your top 5. Got my top 5 in there. I know there's some people on there like people Marvin Harrison Jr. Sorry about that. Chris Carter, Tim Brown, good players. These are still great wide receivers, but
it's been a plethora of them. John Stallworth, Lynn Swan, Harold Carmichael. Harold Carmichael was the original Megatron. He stood even 6'4", 6'5", and could catch anything at any time, but didn't really have the quarterback. R.C. Owens, the term alley-oop, when you throw an alley-oop in basketball, that was a football term. It was called the alley-oop. It came from San Francisco 49ers and R.C. Owens. The shotgun formation is Red Hickey. Red Hickey was a head coach at the San Francisco 49ers. He started the shotgun formation. It's just been as far as receivers, a plethora. If we left you out, I am so sorry, but it's just been so many great ones of you. We love you, respect you. Thank you for growing this game.
Yeah, without a doubt. There is no saying you're just because you didn't cross that line for us doesn't mean that you don't deserve praise and stuff like that. That's for sure. There's a lot of them you can name, and people like, okay, I can say why you put him at 5 or whatever it may be. But the one that number 1 should always be Jerry Rice. I'm sorry, that's one I'd be like. I know we're 49ers fan, but I'm also like, come on. He's number 1.
It ain't close. It ain't close. It ain't close. John Madden wrote a book, and I got it years ago, man. John Madden said he was at a bar, and dudes were talking about Fred Biletnikoff and Lynn Swan and all of these other receivers. And they said he rolled up on him. He said, "Look, I'm sorry, guys. I got my pitcher of beer over there. What are y'all talking about? Jerry Rice is the greatest ever." They said, "Oh yeah, we've established that. This is for who's second."
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's the respect he deserves for sure.
Yes,
it's like almost you don't have to say it. It's just like it's a given. And some people nowadays want to just talk smack about Jerry Rice. He's not like you hear it now and again. You're just like whatever, dude.
You have
it's kind of like with Tom Brady being the greatest quarterback of all time. Like even though he's not part of your team, it's just one of those things where you like it's him. Like it's him. Like
89,214, 667 touchdowns, 12 regular season, 12 postseason, and 11 Super Bowl records. 10 appearances in the Super Bowl, 7 of them wins. He lost one Super Bowl against the Eagles and threw for 500 yards. I love Joe Montana, but no, it's my dude. I got his book right there.
Steve-O, stop, dude. Stop.
Right there. He can cheat all he wants. If he cheated, you better learn how to cheat. It's that guy.
He still has 4.
It's Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. That's my dude.
It's Tom Brady for sure. Also, Steve-O says, I made a fantasy team called Come On, Man. That's classic.
Oh, man. I love Come On, Man. I love that. Was such a great segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It was good. It was good stuff. But speaking of that, I might be doing a fantasy football league this time. It's been like 6 years,
Oh, Wolfie. Hey,
so I
hold
might
on.
be doing
No,
one.
Wolfie, got to make the announcement.
It's not for sure, so I don't want to. I don't want to. It's just, but I'm considering it because I think I'll invite you, of course, Papa J. I'll throw Papa J in there and a few other people. If we can make a 12-man league,
Oh,
then I will be all
I'm
for it. I
down.
really want to do a 12-man league.
I'm
Uh,
down.
so so I'll definitely invite you. Then we just need 10 other people, and I think we
If
can make that happen for sure.
man,
Um,
I am. If you have me, Wolfie, I am down. I'm sure we can get 12 up in there. In the last time I played fantasy football, man, Wolfie, I lost the championship by like 4 points,
been there.
and
Losing championship hurts.
that damn Plexico burst wouldn't give me crap that day. Nothing. But so many people would come up to me and say, "What do you think about this guy? What do you think about that guy? What do you think about him this week? What do you think about that this week?" And I said, you know, some I'm gonna jump on here and see what I can do. And when you have a working football knowledge, it the game has a lot of clarity, and you can see you know what defenses are. A lot of people get on and play fantasy football and they have no clue. They just said, I heard this guy was good. I'm gonna go ahead and get him. But
Sometimes it works out for them. They get lucky. Sometimes.
but when you look,
Sometimes you see that person who auto drafts works out
you're
for
like, yeah, hey, well, take a fly on a Cade McMillan, you know.
them.
Like, no, but if you have a really good working knowledge of the game and how it truly works, you are at a sizable advantage. Mid-season, I made a trade to get this was the year Adrian Peterson went off. He came back off the ACL.
Hmm.
I traded, I even forgot who I traded, but I got Adrian Peterson. I rolled all the way to the championship game, man. Adrian Peterson was killing them. And hey, it happens.
It does, man. That hurts though too. Like you get all into that championship, man. It's not. I'm sure it's not like losing a Super Bowl, but my God, it's like all that effort and you lose by that much. I've been there, dude. I don't know about 4 points, but I've been close. And then just I've won a championship before, then I lost one, and it hurts because you're like all that work, all that
You're like,
effort.
oh, come on.
I felt the championship before, but I mean, all it's just that year. It's like again, it's nothing like what football players go through when they lose a Super Bowl. I'm sure, but it's like you feel that tiny bit, that little ounce of it, where you're just like all that work, all that study, all those trades, all that consideration, all that pressure
I'm
meant
gonna lose
nothing in the end, dude. Hurts.
and then and then Wolfie, like 2 weeks after, Plaxico shoots himself in the club and gets arrested. I'm like, you bitch!
Wait, you could have done that
Why
4 weeks
didn't you do
ago.
that 2 weeks prior?
Um, so yeah, I'll definitely consider doing it, and then I'll see if people want to do it. I don't know what site I'll use, probably like Yahoo or NFL.com. I'll do a little more research on what's a good one, and I'll let you guys
Whatever
know.
you decide, bro, it's cool. I'm with you.
Um,
I'm with you.
so all right, it's getting late. We're going to bounce
It
out of
is.
here. We've
We
got to do a
got
show here
1:15.
soon. What's
Thank
that?
everybody for coming out, man. Steve O, Tommy Huxley. Let me roll through here right quick. If I miss your name, charge it to my head and not my heart. Papa J, Val B, what it is. My cousin Val, she's in there somewhere, man. Cousin Val wants everybody to watch Straw. Straw. It is a Tyler Perry original. Taraji P. Henson is doing a phenomenal job on Straw, as in the last straw. It is wonderful. Hang all the way out to the end of it. You'll get something from it, man. It's a true story too. Juan is in the building, man. Thanks for coming out, Juan. I know this was a late one, and I'm usually chilling and watching movies by this time. But for my man Wolfie, I hangs out. Eric Wallace, Seattle Seahawk fan. We got the Seahawks out here, man. The Sea Chickens, the wonderful, the great, the vivacious, the lovely Red Jet Shell. I gotta shout my buddy out. Crazy Juice 49ers throwback. Bronx. I think that might have been one of yours. Or Brooks.
Yeah, he
Brooks.
sent me a super chat, so shout out to you, man, supporting the channel, bro. That is super awesome. Seriously,
Yeah, and
we're grateful, man.
accurately predicted the Pacers won.
Did.
I'm sure I'm gonna hear about it from Wolfie tomorrow at noon. So if y'all didn't choose tonight, come on tomorrow at noon, and Wolfie's gonna be like, "Yeah, we got him! Yeah, yeah." Strawberry React.
But yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah, but Wolfie he loves Indianapolis. The Regal Eagle was in the building, man. Thanks so much, Dennis. Uh, I, I genuinely appreciate what you do when you do content creation for a living, or this is your grind. You know what it takes to put something together, and you and your guys put it together brilliantly, man. Shout out to you. Let me see what else. Val B, I already shouted it out. Strawberry Eggs. I think that's about it. Hooping Jesus. Oh man, in the name of Jesus, God, and everything else. OKC is just too good. They will find ways to score more than. See, Wolfie, this is called narrator's perspective.
I forgot. I actually forgot about that guy. I totally did. Where he said that OKC is too good. I forgot about that guy.
He was riding, but boy, when he tuned in tomorrow at 12, Wolfie, this is when you get your revenge.
Well, that was when it was happening at the end of the. I think that's when he came in at like the end of the first quarter, and that's when like OKC was just looking way too good, and then. Yeah.
It must have been bad. It must have looked
bad first quarter, man. It really we'll talk about it more, but just know that first quarter was it was like Kiwi basketball versus grown men. It was crazy. So,
Karen Hardy, wonderful to see you, Karen. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you, Steve-O, and I'm all the way at the top. So I think we covered everybody. Steve, Wolfie, you go ahead and
send us off.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys make this what it is. You guys support this channel. You guys are everything to me, to Tarrerdome, and you guys make this experience just absolutely amazing. You're super awesome, and I thank you guys so much for taking your time out of your day to be here with us, to support us, and have just a great conversation. At the end of the day, man, it's just all about just having one awesome conversation. So thank you guys so much for being part of it. And I look forward to this family growing together. I truly do. And I will leave it to you, Tarrerdome, to do your thing of your, what's up.
We are the faithful. We walk by faith and not by sight. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless each and every one of you.
Bang, bang, not a gang, baby.